welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Wendy Yi.
I'm Chris Yi.
And today we're going to be sharing with you our most anticipated games for Gen Con of 2025.
That's
this
right.
year.
So all of our Gen Con coverage is sponsored by AllPlay, so make sure to go check them out there. We'll be talking about at least one game of theirs, I think, in this. Not in our anticipated games, necessarily.
I'm anticipating it. I'm excited.
But we're also going to talk about a couple of the games that we have played, we've done reviews, and we're going to shout those out really quickly, just at the beginning.
Also, we want to let you know that our booth is going to be 331. So come check us out if you want to say hi, look at some old promos, and buy one of our cute little plushy cats, because those things are adorable.
And the cats are running out fast. Supplies are in demand. That's not how the phrase goes. One cool thing that I get to say, I get to announce, is that I have a design coming out this year at Gen Con from AllPlay. A game called Soda Jerk. Little hidden card, kind of hidden bluffing type of a game or whatever. So feel free to pick up a copy, and it would mean a lot to me. I'm very excited about it.
You're very excited. And you're going to have some signing time at the AllPlay booth as well.
I will, on Saturday, yep.
Mm-hmm,
so like you said, one of the things that we wanted to do is, since our anticipated lists are always just like, I don't know, I feel good about this one or whatever, these aren't games that we've played enough to review or anything. We also wanted to shout out a couple of the games that we have played that if you're going to Gen Con, these are probably really worth looking at.
Yeah, so the first things we want to talk about are English ports. So these are games that came out maybe last year or previous year, and some company is bringing them to America, so they're going to be at Gen Con available for purchase for kind of the first time in English in America. And so these ones are just fabulous. These are ones that we've played, we recommend, we love. They honestly would have been on this list if I had included ports over.
Right. So yeah, that's some of this stuff here. So Gallo, Galilei, Inferno, Vivo, wonderful Japanese trick-taking game, also from AllPlay. Shackleton Base coming from Pandasaurus. The Pirates of Maracaibo Commanders expansion, along with Galileo coming out from Capstone. And I think that Inferno is just Red Mojo. So anyway, yeah, go check out these ones. They're for sure great games we already reviewed, most of them from Essen last year. And then there's also games that we've already gotten in the office, and it would seem unfair not to say these are really solid games and we know they're great.
And that's the thing, is we do tend to get games and review them before they're really available to the general public. Some of these were Kickstarters, and so we just want to be able to point out some of these. Like, I loved Scarborough, Alibis, Galactic Cruise, Please Don't Burn My Village.
Please Don't Burn My Village is oddly fun, from Fireside Games, known primarily for Castle Panic. Ace of Spades, right? We reviewed that, filmed it just before the news that Ozzy Osbourne passed away. So if you want an awesome metal-injected themed game, Ace of Spades is so cool. Botswana is a new reprint from 25th century of classic Reiner Knizia card game. No Loose Ends, another Japanese trick-taking game brought over from a new company, Gamehead. And then over here you see there's a little thing that just says Bitewing Games.
It actually just says the letter B.
Well, yeah, that's just the Bitewing Games booth. If I were to make this, if I were to rank my top 10 games, those are ones you should probably...
They had 5 games come out this year, didn't they?
Iliad and Icor, 2-player games, and then Silos. Silos is my least favorite of the Knizia Space Trilogy, but Ego and Orbit.
I really liked Orbit. That one was a ton of fun.
So these are ones we wanted to shout out before we go into the ones that we know less about.
Yeah, that we're anticipating.
Yeah. So
these ones are worthwhile. So let's go ahead and get started with my number 10. And this is what I always hit up. One of the first places I go is the Ravensburger booth. And that is to get my advent calendar for the year. So this one is called Intergalactic Race. It has something to do with Santa Claus in space, baby. So I don't know what that entails, but they're always fun and they're just a great tradition. And to me, this brings the holiday spirit because we're doing something that reminds me that it's the holiday season every single day. But also, if we miss one, they're not crazy long. We can catch up later.
We're terrible at advent calendars.
We are. It's usually like, hey, this weekend, we're going to do 5 of these on Saturday and 4 of them on Sunday.
We're not that bad.
More than a week's worth of games.
The job keeps us busy. So anyway, yeah, the advent calendar is great. Micro escape room games.
Yeah.
And we've done several of these.
Yeah.
So yeah, we know that
they're Christmassy themed, which is fun.
All right, number 10 for me here is going to be Otter.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. So this is from Dylan Cole and Charming Game Collective, I think is the name of the company. This is a little card shedding game, a little bit a la Uno, where you're trying to empty out your hand of cards, and you can play onto one of these otters. So you can play crabs on the middle otter, but only if they're odd.
You gotta put it in his tummy, Tim.
So he can smash it with a rock.
I know, they're so violent. Otters are one of those very playful, and then like, ooh, that's violent creatures.
Yeah, when you really think about what they're doing.
Yeah, they're the raccoons of the sea.
There's a reason that Camilla loves otters. They're cute and bloodbath vicious. Yeah. So anyway, this one looks cute, but I just played Park Life, also from same designer, same company. I think that's a neat, weird little trick-taking game, so I'm very interested in what they have to offer. So in that case, it's Otter. Otter's up for offer.
Are you ready? Next on my list is Grand Central Skyport. So this is by 25th Century. And this is a rondelle-based game where you're trying to build this tableau in front of you of a skyport, and you're trying to get fancy, I think they're investors or just high fancy people, into your port so that you attract more airships so that you become the best airship port.
Of course.
Because airports are really competitive. I'm going to go to the Las Vegas East Airport instead of the West one because it's cooler. I don't know why airships need fancy ports, but they're pretty cool, and I like the airship theme. I think it's very fun. It's got the Andrew Bosley art.
Bosley, baby. You know, when they invent teleportation, they're going to first invent teleportation ports that you have to go to, like bus stations or airports.
Oh yeah, before they're in the homes.
Yeah, but you're going to be in line like, there's like a 5-minute wait. I have to get there fast. I need to teleport now.
Oh, can you imagine the security lines?
Oh, it's going to be awful. All right, number 9 for me. This is kind of like your advent calendar. This is a game series. We've played and reviewed the first one, but Chronologic Cusco 1450. This is the Central Mesoamerican themed version of this awesome deduction game. Fantastic, very simple. Over time, how did people move around a map? And in the first one, it was like 1920s Paris.
Yeah.
Paris for the chronically American. And there were scenarios like, when are these two people alone? And you have to like figure that out. Or there's ones where like, when people are alone in rooms, they're passing a diamond to each other. So where were they over 6 hours? Where did the diamond end up? And so I'm curious what this one's probably going to bring in some new cases.
Yeah, so this is by the people who did Turing Machine.
Oh,
and so they have these little tester tiles that you're putting out. So you're testing to see who's together and who's not. And it's a cool experience.
Yeah, so
I liked it. I don't know if this theme, like, it didn't make it on my list because this theme doesn't sing to me.
What about
it's not as cool as the Pears one.
But what about next year's like futuristic one? I think
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, but I'll still play it.
All right, there you go. Chronologic Cusco 1450.
Okay, my next game is by Elizabeth Hargrave, and this is Sanibel. So this is a Hasbro/Avalon Hill game, and in this you're trying to collect seashells on Sanibel, which I discovered, now living in Fort Myers, that this is like right here. We've been there. We've now been to this beach with our daughter. We've collected seashells, and it's one of like the top 8 seashell beaches or something like that. Like it's number 8 in the world.
You just walk around
places to get. They're everywhere.
They're there, yeah.
They're everywhere. I haven't found like giant ones, but apparently if you come in the morning before everyone arrives, you can find really big ones that are still intact.
They just wash up overnight.
Yeah.
We found a disconnected fish head just rolling in the tide.
Also a seashell.
Yeah,
same
counts.
thing.
My daughter freaked out. She didn't want me to put it in her collection, her like bag collection.
I understand why. So in this game, you are collecting those and then you're placing them in your bag, kind of Tetris style, so it matters what goes on the bottom and what order they go in. And it just looks like it's going to be light and cute. And I mean, it's got the Elizabeth Hargrave name on it, so
it's going to be well researched and everything.
Well received, yep.
I think this one might only be for demo. If I remember.
It might be. It might be. And I did add demos on this list, so I didn't specifically clarify whether it was for demo or for purchase, because the Gen Con experience is for both, in my opinion.
That's fair. Yeah, I filtered out mine as only purchasable, but sometimes that changes.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case for my number 8, because there's some anticipation on this one. This one is from 25th Century in the Raw line of games.
Another 25th Century game already, huh?
Raw and Right, yeah.
Okay.
25th Century has a lot of good stuff coming out. Botswana, proven game. Raw, proven game. Raw and Right, I'm not sure. Oh, that's right.
This is the wrong picture.
Whoops, this is basic Raw. We'll go get Raw also.
It's going to be fancy like this with paper.
I don't know. I've heard it's very combo-licious, very combination heavy, roll and right.
I wonder if it'll have
game.
the auction in it, because that's the part that I don't love. And I
Right.
know that's the part that makes it unique, so it's not just another version of Sushi Go.
So I originally was curious if this was going to be a paper implementation of Raw, the dice game, but no, they announced that that's a separate thing that they're bringing out.
Okay.
But the connective tissue in a lot of these Raw games is less the auction, or I mean, I guess with Raw, the dice game, but more. It's less the auction. There's no auction in that one, but it's more like the set collection, the little bit of push your luck.
Which is
to
the
it.
part that I enjoy.
So I wonder how, if you'll enjoy Raw and Right. I'm hoping to enjoy it.
2 cheers. Rah, rah.
Raw Traders, the expansion's not on my list because I'm cautious about it, but also I'm 100% playing the expansion to a game that came out 30 years ago almost. Like that's gotta be questionable. I don't know. I hope it's great.
I hope it's great on your behalf.
Thank you.
All right, number 7 for me. This is a Sanctuary. So this is a Furlandspiel. Is that how you say that?
Feuerland.
Furlandspiel game.
Not Furryland.
Furryland. That was awful. So this is basically like mini Ark Nova done with tiles. So Ark Nova, the tile-based game. So you have a smaller zoo, but you are trying to build up a zoo with these hex tiles. And you have a similar card mechanism as before, where basically it'll move up and it'll get stronger, and then you spend it, and I guess it goes down to the bottom. So for me, I like Ark Nova, but it's not amazing, and so I think coming down to a smaller version, I might really enjoy. So this one I'm excited about.
I agree. I think that this one is also a demo, so make sure to go check out. I don't know if Feuerland or if they're there or if Capstone is demoing it or who, but I am very curious about this one.
Yeah.
Number 7 for me, roll out the red carpet. Look at this. So there's a game that this sort of reminds me of, which is the one from Arcane Wonders, the Picture Perfect. Where you're trying to set out these people on the red carpet. Now here's the thing though. The pictures don't sell this, okay? We had someone play this at the studio. We had game night here the other night. I didn't try this one yet, but I did walk by and go, ooh, and then I ran my head across the board because the red section there, it's velvety, baby.
Oh,
velvety.
That's fancy. But does it have creases in it?
I don't know, but
It matters.
no, it's posh.
Make sure
Anyway,
you have your steamer out every time you open up this game.
So I like the theming of this. I like the idea of taking pictures, of arranging people in some sort of way or other. This is one of those that 100%, I don't even need to know mechanically what it is. Just thematically and presentation and implementation, amazing. And illustrations from Albert Montes, who I think is one of the best illustrators in the business right now. Every time that he is the illustrator on a game, it catches my eye. Like, look at this.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
It's very eye-catching, that's for sure. I did hear it's pretty mean, though, so we'll see when I'm going to try it.
Okay.
I'll play it. It's not on my list, but I will play it. All right, next up on my list is Suno Valo, or Sunny Valley. And this is a 2-player game by Andreas Odenhall. So he brought us La Granja. He brought us Plantanubo. And this actually takes place in that same Plantanubo world, the Solar
Punk.
Solar punk. That's the word. Yeah. I don't know what that means. Light is produced. So basically you're building a cute little farm, and that farm is got drones running it and taking care of it. So it's like this serene, peaceful game plus mechanical mechanical helpers, like cute little guys.
Helper monsters.
This is like the nice version of Scythe, like the relaxing, sweet version of Scythe.
Yes, that's all those giant mechs are doing. They're watering and harvesting my plants.
Yeah, I think in this you're making columns of cards, and as you play out a new card in that column, everything else triggers. But I think the resources are tight, and so as those trigger, you have to be able to afford them all.
Ooh,
That sounds good, right?
Yeah.
I'm catching Chris on that one.
I did not care for
Plantanubo.
Plantanubo, but
Yeah.
I like the sound of this.
Yeah.
Number 6 for me is going to start a kick of historical-themed games. This one is Valkyrie. A Black Orchestra game. So Black Orchestra, a game that I've enjoyed for years and years now. It runs a little long. This is a more focused, quicker version of it.
That's a much smaller board.
Much smaller
Much
board.
smaller board.
Yeah. Instead of having... the original Black Orchestra has like 20 different assassination plots that were around to at least floated, or different ways to try to kill Hitler. And so this one, I'm assuming, focuses on Operation Valkyrie, the briefcase bomb under the table in the bunker. So I'm very interested in this because it's like a half-hour version or a half-hour reimagining or implementation of the Black Orchestra system, which I love. Love this history. Love this time period and the idea, the history of this game.
It is interesting how long it's been since Black Orchestra came out, because they're coming out with an expansion for the original game too, right?
They are, yeah.
I just think that's been around a really long time. But I like this. I like that we're getting these shorter versions of longer games. Because if you can do a good job at parsing it down and getting the same feels for like 45 minutes instead of 2 hours, I'm all about that.
Yeah, no, it looks gorgeous and everything. And I like that idea of distilling games down. They don't always hit, but I'm almost always interested, especially in something like this.
Mm-hmm. All right, number 5 for me is To Breeze by Crafty Games. So in this game, you are a master Persian rug maker, and you're sending out your little worker dudes to go around and walk around the market and get you stuff. So you need like really fancy materials. You need to sell your rugs. I don't know. What does it take to make a rug? Thread,
Purple
string,
cubes and
nice
yellow
things?
cubes.
Yes.
Green cubes. White cubes.
White cubes and green cubes. Yeah, we got this in the office, and it's one that I'm excited about playing. I don't know a ton about it mechanically, but everything, the contracts and the building stuff, it makes me think of Rococo, but Persian rug style.
It's Century Spice Road with a spatial aspect to it. Yeah, I've gotten to play this one.
Oh, you have?
I have, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very, very Century Spice Road. Cubes that upgrade and downgrade for lots more and stuff like that.
Well, that sounds even cooler. All right. You've won me over, To Breeze. I shall play you.
All right, number 5 for me, continuing, as I said, the historical themed things here. Verdun. Look at this beauty of a cover.
It's on fire.
So Verdun is one of the bloodiest, bloodiest areas. One of the fields are infamously awful during World War I. And so this is a trick-taking game for 2 players or 2 teams, I think. And the idea that as you're playing out tricks that these represent momentum of the battle, soldiers that you're losing. I'm very curious how games are able to represent greater concepts than the actual, abstractions itself. So I'm very curious about this one. I love 2-player trick-taking games.
Yeah.
I love historically themed games. So I'm hoping that this is a great combo. It definitely has my interest peaked.
Because I enjoy trick-taking games. This is one I would be willing to try. And it is always interesting with these historical games to be able to know those designers really research. They really love the history behind things. And so to tie that in, it's fascinating. Like if you were to have the designer teach you this versus just someone being like, hey, I'm playing a trick-taking game. Let's play this. I'm sure it's a totally different experience.
If I had a nickel for every time I was interested in a historically based 2-player trick-taking game, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it's interesting that it happened twice. This in a very civil whist. So there you go. My number 5, Verdun.
All right, my number 4 is the only game on this list that I have played, so it's a little bit of a cheater, and that is Graft by Ivy Studios. So this is just a light card game where you are pushing your luck. So you're basically collecting cards in hand, and you're collecting them in order as you're grabbing them. And you're trying not to hit all the different colors and bust, basically. And so they all score for like the previous card or the next card or whatever, and so you're making these nice little scoring hand, and then you want to be able to ship it and turn it in before you bust. And if you bust, I think you still get points for all the cards in your hand. You just get like a single point for each. You don't like lose everything.
But they get discarded. Yeah.
But I really enjoy the way that as you're grabbing those cards and collecting them, how you're trying to like lay them out perfectly and score all this cool scoring. I just love that. So this was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to playing it again.
Yeah, neat game. We haven't played enough to review it.
Yeah.
And so, I want to come back to that idea of drafting cards as you take them. It restricts what future cards you can play, so that's the weird push your luck element. Really neat.
Yeah.
Really neat. It's called Graft because it's like drafting.
And grafting plants together.
Too.
To make new plants attached plants.
Draft. Number 4 for me is the last of the historical games, and this is a solo game from Salt and Pepper called Onoda. This is about a Japanese soldier who was stationed in, I believe, the Philippine Islands near the end of World War II to conduct guerrilla warfare, and he did not believe that Japan surrendered at the end of World War II.
This is a crazy story.
So he kept up his camp. Him and a companion he was assigned with kept it up for literal decades. His companion died, and so he was then alone for several years. And I just think this is so strange and perfect for something to theme like this type of stuff into, because then I like historical gaming like this because it makes me say, what really happened? So I get lost in some of the history sometimes.
Well, that's what's so interesting is we have so many games based on the World Wars, but to be able to like center into some of these like very specific personal experiences in battle, you know what I mean, in war, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
it's
I know
it's so unique.
And I know Mike has played this one. I don't want to put words in his mouth, right? I don't say the word masterpiece lightly. No, I mean, Mike has said it's good, and that if Mike says that the solo game is good, I'm inclined to believe him.
There you go.
And Salt and Pepper will be at Gen Con for the first time, so I'm excited to see their booth there. Onoda.
That's cool. All right, on to number 3 for me. This is Furnace Duel by Hobby World. I think this is another one just for demo.
'Cause I didn't see this.
You didn't see this on the to-do list.
Yeah.
The awesome list. So Furnace Duel has the same kind of engine building that Furnace has, where you're bidding out and you're collecting the cards if you win them.
I see trains.
And you engine build. But the trains are the compensation if you lose the auction. So you get to put trains out, and those trains are going to give you different actions or abilities or goods or whatever. And so, yeah, it's you get as many trains as you get of the whatever disc number you are that you failed with. You want trains? All right, so Furnace Duel will give you trains, Chris.
Okay, yeah.
Demo that.
I'm curious. Yeah, I haven't seen that at all. Number 3 for me is quite the opposite. Moving away from ugly historical gaming.
I don't know. The Salt and Pepper covers are really cool.
Salt and Pepper does it gorgeous.
They're not ugly, yeah.
Actually, Valkyrie was also gorgeous. Black Orc. Anyway, so number 3 is adorable. This is called Tricky Kids.
Oh, that's our daughter Steffi, isn't it?
Our daughter has a Squishmallow axolotl that looks just like this. Knowing nothing else about the game, our daughter saw the cover and went, I want it. Dad, I want to play it.
Yes.
She doesn't talk like this. I don't know why. This is my impression of our daughter. So it is a trick-taking game where the cards are blank. They have suits, they have colors to them, and then you write values on the cards equal to, like, the sum of your hand has to be like 15 or something like that. But you can distribute it how you want. I'm really curious about how this gimmick is going to work, but it sounds neat. And then there's twist cards, there's tricky rules in there, so it twists it out.
I wonder how much the AP is on this of just writing out the cards.
I don't know.
Because you're like, I'm committed. This is it. I have a certain set of numbers I can write. Do it. So this has 12 plus on it, which it looks like it's geared towards a younger audience. So I wonder how this is going to just sell in general.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it looks like a game for an 8-year-old, but it says 12 plus.
Both ages are always just like, they don't want to safety test the marker. 5-year-olds kept eating the marker.
They're sticking it up their nose.
We'll just put it age 12. I'm talking like my daughter again.
Your daughter really needs to stop smoking.
Well, we have to have that talk later.
Yeah, clearly.
All right. Yeah, anyway, Tricky Kids looks fantastic.
Tricky Kids. All right, my number 2 is Point Galaxy. So this is the third in the Point series. We had Point Salad, we had Point City, now we have Point Galaxy. And in this one, you're drafting 2 cards from the middle, and you're placing them, and you're creating kind of a number order. So I think that's what's setting this one aside, is that you're sequencing the numbers as you're collecting them. I don't know fully what that means, but it does a lot of the, like, get points based on the card, and you're just trying to like collect a bunch of points. And so I'm excited. I'm curious if this is going to be more or less intense than Point City, because Point City was definitely a clear step up in difficulty from Point Salad. So I'm curious if they're going to go back down or if they're going to go even higher, you know. But either way, I really have enjoyed the other 2 games, so this one's high on my list.
Yeah, I'm curious. I didn't love Point City, but I do love Point Salad a lot. Number 2 coming my way. This is Beasts. I was not particularly intrigued by the name or the cover. And
what is that a beast of?
It's a Lepra Una Duo Corn Chicken Foot beast. Anyway, the designer name on the box, Clarence Simpson, he's the guy who designed A Message from the Stars. And as soon as I saw that he announced this, he's like, hey, I think this is one of my most elegant designs.
Is this deduction?
Like, hot dang, I'm in. It is a cooperative game with a little bit of deduction elements where you're trying to play out numbered cards. There's 3 zeros on the board, and then you want to slowly have everyone play out all of their cards, and you have to keep that number increasing. But at some point, someone has to then play to the 10s column instead of the 1s column. And then beasts come out that change that up, like the suits of the cards. I don't really understand it, but I know I want it.
That sounds like magic.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it looks magical.
That's the thing. I trust this designer so much. Pandasaurus has a good catalog of stuff. So actually, this is, yeah, this is high up there. Recently announced too. So anyway, Beasts, Clarence Simpson.
Well, I made the PowerPoint, and so I cheated and looked ahead, and I saw that Chris and I have both the same number one, and I figured that was okay. Now, this is one that you have played.
I have played it, a prototype version. We did a live play.
And it has a super, super cool dice tower that I wish I could own, because that thing is fabulous.
It's Luthier, baby!
Luthier.
This is not really a surprise that it's a crossover.
No, it's not a surprise at all. We're both musicians. We both love heavy Euro games. We both really enjoyed
Distilled,
thank
the
you.
first game from Paverson.
Yeah, so this one's exciting. I don't know a ton about the mechanisms, other than that there's a worker placement bidding something element to it.
Workers with different numbers on them, so you're placing them out not just to kind of claim actions, but also at what strength, and then it's relative compared to the other people.
Is it one of those, like, it goes in order?
It goes in order, but higher number takes priority.
Yeah, okay.
Then it's the order in which they were placed out, kind of a thing. Great worker placement system from the live play I did a year and a half ago or something.
Yeah.
Right, so it's been a while. But to the point, I don't remember all the details of it, but I remember really enjoying it.
I remember at Gen Con 2 years ago, we went over to the Distilled booth at the time, and they had like this really, really poorly made mock-up. It was just basically like a look at, here's some of the mechanisms, and there was no art, there was none of that.
Vincent Dutrait art.
Yeah, there wasn't any of that fanciness yet, and we were both sold. We were like, this is it.
Yeah.
I want this. So
no, having demoed it, this is a very elegant yet complex game. But I mean, look at that cover. That's just one of the best. That's one of the best pieces I think Vincent, as an artist, has ever done. I love it.
It's beautiful. You know, there's actually a mail order system that you can mail order to get all the pieces to build your own instruments. And I thought about doing it as a teenager. My mom and I were genuinely thinking about making like our own harp.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
People do like guitar kits.
Yeah, which
and
is
stuff.
fascinating. So, anyways, that's such a unique theme for a game.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, folks,
On that side note,
what are y'all anticipating at Gen Con? Go ahead and comment it below.
Indeed. Remember to check out booth 331. Come say hi to us at the Dice Tower.
That's us. If you want to go pick up a copy of Soda Jerk, my game that's coming out, that would mean a lot to me and everything. And
once again, thank you to All Play for
absolutely.
sponsoring this video.
Absolutely. So, if you see us at Gen Con, don't be afraid to come up, say hello to us. We love meeting you, and so hope to see you there.
All right, thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Yi.
And I'm Chris Yi.
We'll see you at Gen Con.
Bye.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening, where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.